Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, bro. First episode for 2022.
I guess it's a good episode to be able to start out with it.
Kind of wild, dude.
Very much so.
We get a solid villain, solid little story.
It's probably my favorite episode when it comes to action-wise. I would say that everything when it came to the villain-wise, probably my favorite. But I still didn't get much romance that I needed.
Okay, I feel that and I agree. And the reason why obviously the action probably works better is because there's not much special effects. I mean, it's like just a serial killer. He's not going to be doing much. You know what I mean? And lots of nods, fun nods to comic, books and nerdy things in this one. Real geek stuff.
There was a lot of just, especially at the end though.
Oh, yeah. Oh. But since we're, this guy's old, bro, we got to talk like how they're talking, like, oh, doll. Yeah, she.
I'm not going to.
Happy New Year, yeah, she.
I'm not going to talk like that. That's not what I'm going to do.
Yeah, she. Welcome to the Somebody Save Me podcast. No copper's going to catch us, huh, Taylor?
What the hell is going on? I am not doing this.
Man, dude, why can't you just play along?
No, I'm not gonna play along.
Why can't you play along?
No.
All right, but yes, welcome back on another week. Happy New Year. We are here with the Somebody Save Me podcast. I myself, Joseph, half of the two nerds got here. Taylor, the other half. And anything you'd like to say to start off this year, bro?
Yeah, well, not start off the year. As far as start off the episode, I'm just really excited that instead of Smallville, I had an episode of Mindhunter. That was really what I was looking forward to in this, is the fact of this is my favorite villain. I don't think I've ever experienced an episode where I didn't write anything down during his scenes because I loved every single one of his scenes. I didn't want to take my time to pause it because I just wanted to keep going.
Yeah, dude, I totally agree. Because last week, man, when we went over the description, I was like, I don't remember this episode, like, just from description, and then watching it, I was like, man, this one's kind of low-key. I feel like most people wouldn't remember this one, you know?
Well, you would never expect it, and I mean, we'll get into it now. I don't know if you want to jump into the episode right away here, but whenever an episode starts out in an old retirement home, you truly just throw everything down and you go, what the hell?
That's bad.
You're so pissed off. You're like, what filler crap am I going to have to be watching?
Dude, when it was starting, I was like, man, I kind of remember this episode, but man, I don't know if it was good. I can't remember if it was good or not. And I remembered the older lady, the blind one.
I don't remember her at all. In fact, I found Cassandra very annoying.
Really?
Every single scene that.
But she's quite a key and crucial part.
I think she just wanted to feel up Clark. I think that's all this was. Every single time she touched his hand, she then smelt his hand. I don't know what the hell she was doing.
She did that, remember in Ray Charles? He had to feel the wrist of the woman to feel if they're good looking or not.
Man, it looked
She was feeling the wrist, bro.
She was smelling fingers, alright? I don't know what was going on with Cassandra, but I'm just not a fan. I'm not!
She's okay. Okay, I'll give you that, I guess, on some of that, but I did enjoy especially her last scene. And we'll definitely talk about that, of course, but yeah.
Alright.
Let's get into it, brother.
Let's get into it. Now we're starting off with the Rob Lowe ad.
Yeah, when we come into Smallville, we have Rob Lowe. Just kidding. This is the ad right now. I guess we can.
We always have to do this because we only can watch the episodes on old VHS. So that is the one agreement. I have everything recorded. We just have to start from the beginning every time.
Yeah, man. So yeah, we're starting in. We're coming up to a koi pond. It's officially a koi pond, is it not?
Yeah, I was actually saying if you were going to do your comparison, saying that was your Lazarus pit.
Ooh. We have another trend of a Lazarus pit, kind of. So, okay, so we have Clark and Pete opening up. They're walking around in the elderly home, assisted living, whatever you want to call it. And first off, I just want to point out, 30 hours of community service for every student? Well, that's a little strange.
Yeah, but whenever you can pick wherever you go, and the fact is that you can just listen to Lana or just watch Lana wherever you want. I feel like that's kind of the benefit, is at least you get to do it with your friends.
That's true.
Versus you just are stuck with 30 hours like it's some community service because you broke the law because you're a terrible person.
Right.
But like what I told you, Joseph, this goes back to the main overall theory. Who would be doing community service? Kids in a bad school. Kids in an alternative school.
Damn it, Taylor.
I'm going back to this every single
You're so
time
right.
because it would make sense.
And dude, and then of course, Pete doesn't even want to be there. He's like, Clark, why are we here? Why are we here? And of course, what's the reason?
Well, it's obviously because we see Lana. The problem that I have with Pete here, Pete, why don't you go do something else?
Yeah, who said what follower?
Didn't you have a date last week where you took her in the limo?
Probably broke it off already. Realized he's kind of dumb.
Okay, wait.
Maybe he's not a leader. And women like a man that leads.
You're sounding like the coaches. That's what you're doing. You're trying to put Pete down. Are you trying to say
maybe they're seeing his weaknesses before we do, man. All right.
I don't like the bashing of the Pete. He gets it too much for us to be able to do it as well.
Oh, everyone's fair game in this show, brother.
Not Pete.
Not Pete. All right, so we had obviously Lana giving her a reason why she's here. They're talking and whatnot. Clark says he's here to read to Cassandra. Interesting woman. We open up to her on the next scene. Her braille finger, or her finger on the braille, is glowing. Do you have an explanation for that?
So what I feel like the glowing is the magic touch of Cassandra. I don't know what the hell it is or why it's even glowing.
I don't get it.
You could forget that. Unless she can see through the pages like as if it's another butterfly effect where she can actually go in the moment that she is reading with her braille.
Man, that's pretty cool because you might even be right about that. What if she's actually seeing either the past or even the future of what she's reading? Like,
it's the only thing that would make sense on why her finger would be glowing. Otherwise, why is your finger glowing?
Do they clarify what she's reading here though?
I don't think they clarify what she's reading here.
Because I know she...
I thought we were just talking about Pete missing his keys here. I think that's where we were going.
Yeah, and you obviously find out she is an interesting woman because Clark and Pete are at the door. They don't say anything, and she's already like, "Oh, it takes two of you to read to me now," and so yeah, Pete Ross. I'm Pete Ross. Well, hey, you want your fortune told? Touch my hand.
So here's also my issue, Joseph. She says now, "Hey, I can tell the future. Blah blah blah." You're going to have to walk home or you lost your keys, whatever, to Pete here.
Mm-hmm.
How old are they, Joseph? How can they freaking drive? They are 14, 15 years old.
Hey.
How are they able to drive?
That is my thing as well because I did write that down. I was like, wait, Pete locked his keys in his car?
We're about to see later on, too, that Clark drove the produce to Lex's house.
Yeah,
so
bro.
Everyone has a license when you're 14, 15. Lana had a job. I don't know if this is called child abuse. I don't know what's going on, but this is just getting strange with how mature they have to be.
Yeah, we're walking a
This is after 8th grade.
We're walking a very thin line of child labor.
This is 8th grade. This is a year after 8th grade is what we're talking about.
I will say, though, when it comes to small towns, because Smallville is obviously a small town, like generally, there's lots of leniency when it comes to, because I've seen people, I've been in small towns, even countryside towns, and kids are just driving their car, like people's cars, and no one's questioning it. Like, they don't ever get pulled over because, there's not that much attention going around everywhere. You know what I mean? So I think that might be the case here, but still, he shouldn't have a car.
Yeah, I'm thrown off.
Yeah, he shouldn't have a car.
I want them to be able to explain to me the rules. And nobody has.
Nope. And of course, as soon as Pete finds out, he just says, "All right, dude, you're on your own." Like, is your day ruined because you locked your keys in your car?
Look how giddy she gets, though, whenever Clark is there. She gets so giddy. And, okay, so now we're opening up to Lana coming to Harry, which is going to be, spoiler alert, our villain. All right, Joseph, I have a little theory about Harry in this episode.
Mr. Bolston, his fake name.
And my theory to this episode, this isn't the first time he's changed.
You think so?
Yes. I think he has changed before, and it's because if you keep going here, you'll see that when Lana takes him and then he falls in, you'll see that there's just too many connections of why would you keep a list of people that you know you're not going to see ever?
Right.
Unless you are and you have a chance to see them. How would he know that?
That's true.
It's a spoiler. Point. I'm sorry. I'm jumping too
far
ahead here.
It's fine.
It's just, that's my theory, is that I don't think this is the first time this has happened.
at least maybe he had very high hopes of something like this happening. At the very least. And I could get behind that.
It's like he gambled and yet he won the dice roll.
Yeah. Yo, he won it big.
I'm going to be able to turn young again. That's right.
And fun fact about what he just said, he obviously he finds out Lana's name, Lana Lang. And what does he say? The Langs. Because he just knows everything about every single person in Smallville.
He knows every child of everybody.
He's like, the Langs moved to Smallville in 1938. Fun fact, you know what 1938 is, dude.
Great Depression?
No, I mean, yeah. Getting towards the end of it. Superman, bro. The first comic.
Oh,
the first
very
one,
nice
dude.
call.
Yeah, bro. So they put that little nod in there. I knew from just as soon as he said it was like 1938. I'm pretty sure that's very significant.
I would just thought that he was talking about Great Depression.
Yeah.
That's what I was going with.
Yeah, you should have known me in my younger days. I'm sure you're quite the heartbreaker. More
Also,
like quite the killer.
Also, knowing who Harry is now, that's actually a really creepy scene.
Yeah.
With him and Lana, because it seems like Lana's kind of in a way wanting to flirt with the old man, being that friendly girl that I guess, I don't know if girls do that or not. It's weird. But Harry is, man, he just makes a creepy comment. And look what he does here in this scene. Now they're on the bridge, and he's even like looking fake.
I don't like that. Yeah.
It's weird the way he looks when he's saying, "Oh, go get my blanket, doll," like he's wanting her to leave because he knows what he has to do.
Yeah. Go get my blanket. Yeah, she.
Okay.
See, he needs to
you're
talk.
Doing this all episode, I'm leaving. I'm gonna leave.
This is 1938, dude. We gotta talk like.
I'm not doing this.
So yeah, Lana takes him out for a walk, basically. I mean, just to go out. Also, no, I'm pretty sure this is in protocol. He says he needs a sweater. He's catching a drift or whatever. You don't just leave the old person by himself in a wheelchair.
Well, the fact that there's just a chain that's just holding them back between falling in the water, and old people are casually known to slip every now and then. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lana's fired.
Yeah.
You know what? No wonder you're fired from the coffee shop. God, Lana, this is what you're doing. You're failing at everything.
And so, like, I didn't get the correlation between those two back and forth scenes with Cassandra and Clark, and then you still have Harry about to fall into the koi pond here. And he does. And yes, we get back to him doing that. We'll let him shock for a bit. But Cassandra, she starts coughing because he's coughing at the same time. And I didn't get that. Is she, like, predicting something's happening right now, or?
So the only thing that I could possibly think that maybe that's occurring is she can sense if somebody's getting powers.
Huh.
Like, she could sense maybe if kryptonite is being used in a way to enhance somebody's ability or doing something to the person.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could think. Cassandra's a weird one. That's why I don't really care for her. She's just too confusing of a character where the powers go everywhere with it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like what we're talking about with the glowing finger, now with the glass breaking and her having that react. It just, Cassandra's all over the place.
Yeah, she kind of is. Yeah. And so, yeah, after that, we have Harry getting shocked here in the koi pond. And, yeah, so we see that he's reverse aging to, also, let's pause here. Look at these fake-ass fish right here, dude. They look like toys.
Oh, my Lord.
That
one's not, is that supposed to be like a Nemo fish?
Yeah.
What is that? That doesn't even look normal.
I was cracking up. I was like, how fake could you make them, bro?
Wait, they're supposed to be dead?
Yeah, they're supposed to be dead.
But they, oh, God.
Fresh koi. Recently deceased. And then, we have homie here.
And that's what I'm saying. His reaction is just, haha, it worked again.
Yeah, it's like, oh, man, didn't think this would work. And then, damn, I forgot homie's name, man.
Harry?
The actor. No, the actor.
Oh, the actor that was in Fired Up. That was in all the different
Not
movies.
another teen movie, yep. And so, yeah, so obviously the reverse aging and such. But, yeah, maybe that's why I didn't think of it earlier. Lazarus Pit kind of trend here from last week.
Definitely Lazarus Pit.
More so,
Lazarus Pit.
It comes back even stronger and stronger. And so, yeah, now we have the intro song, theme song here, so we're going to go into the whole koi pond thing. But, so yeah, we have homie here, and Harry is now young again. And he's obviously just very excited. Whatever. We find out the koi pond has fucking meteor rocks.
Well, that's going on the list now.
It is on the list. And I already put it down.
So
we
you're
had
calling it Meteor Koi Pond?
we had Frozen Kryptonite Lake last time with the permanent hypothermia power.
Yes.
And then now we have Kryptonite Koi Pond, reverse aging.
You should also put Lazarus Pit.
I think Lazarus Pit works more with the other one because he
No!
actually died.
So?
Dude, Lazarus Pit only works with resurrection, dude.
Listen, Harry died with the electrocution.
Did he?
I don't know how anybody survived that. The
Looked
koi
like he was
fish didn't
breathing
survive that.
the whole time.
Did you see the koi fish?
He ain't a fish.
Yeah, but still, the fish, they were all dead.
That's true.
That's something.
Damn it. All right, Lazarus Pit. Well, we'll know. These lakes, all right, they better get something different
You could just
next
put
time.
koi pond.
What are we going to have, a river next week? We went from lake, pond. You can't do ocean, too big.
Joseph, my real question is, how small is Smallville, or how many meteors came down?
Dude.
How
A
much
shit ton,
pieces
apparently.
of kryptonite came down is really my question. I wish they would have shown it go all over the place, like it's a Where's Waldo type deal.
Mm-hmm.
Or you just show me a map. Show me green dots on this map where they're all located, so then I can be like, okay, that's where it was. Because right now, it seems like the meteors just went everywhere.
Yeah, just scattered. And I think even in future episodes, they will start to highlight how, where other people were at the meteor shower and how it's, some hit them in random areas. It's a small town, so it probably got everywhere, but I don't know. It's a lot. It's kind of a stretch. Like, how much meteor could be there?
How much kryptonite rock is? I just don't understand. And all I know is I wish I was in this town during this time so that I could be the next villain. Because kryptonite, I would definitely touch.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I knew that it gave people powers, yeah.
Right. Oh, of course. Okay, so now we're back after commercial. We got Clark speeding down to his home. There it is. Eric Christian Olsen. That's the dude's name, Harry. Anyways, yeah, we have Clark already kind of upset. He's in here just giving his parents grief about,
God.
why don't y'all let me work? And John's just like, okay, son, how about you chill out?
It's like they're in wood shop and he's trying to be the teacher saying, safety first, guys!
Yeah.
Clark, you need to grow up. Why
Yeah.
don't you get out? How about that? Nobody invited you in this barn.
Go to your room,
Your
young
mother
man.
and I were cutting the wood. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, dude. And then, of course, we actually have John working this week. He's working this week.
Yeah,
dude.
Martha was showing him how to use the machine. That's what was going on. Martha's having to teach Jonathan lessons. Because once again, Martha has to take care of everything. Because Clark's a damn baby and Jonathan is worthless.
Look, man. All right, you might have got me there. She probably is tutoring the man on. Maybe it actually is.
She was standing to the side of him, like coaching him, like, "That's good, Jonathan.
No,
that's
yeah,
good."
That's actually woodshop class.
That's what was going on.
They wake up. She's like, "All right, Jonathan, our lesson today, woodshop."
John, we're gonna cut the wood in small pieces. Do you think you can do that today?
He probably already cut his finger earlier, and that's why maybe Clark was super mad. Maybe he just like felt it. I don't know. Maybe Cassandra gave him a vision. Hey, go help your dad in the barn. He's gonna fuck up really bad.
Clark was already mad. Where are the gloves?
All right, so we have paused here on this barn scene while they're talking, and Clark is just kind of upset because Cassandra told him his
He's
future.
a big freaking baby.
Yeah, big baby right now, and he's talking about how Cassandra could predict the future. They're not with it. They're kind of in denial about it. Like, hey, why don't you get out of your own head about it? She's probably a liar. Maybe she's finessing you or something. And so he's just tripping about how someone, what did she say? Someone close to him is going to die?
Yeah, she said that Clark, come on.
Like, that's very vague.
Yeah, that could be anything. And what does close mean exactly? Does that mean somebody's sitting by him?
Yeah.
Because at this point, Joseph, you could say with Clark, and this is where Clark is going to bother me also in this episode, he has to know that with his powers and everything, he's going to have to be able to put himself in a risk where he's not going to be able to save the individual. At this point, Clark has fought now like so many different villains where, and by the way, people have died already around him from high school.
Yeah.
So Clark, it's already happened in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Grow up.
And dude, what's the power? Like, I don't like sometimes how they're not very clear on the powers. Why is she only able to see? Is she seeing something soon? Why is she not getting a lot of things at once?
Cassandra's everywhere.
Yeah, why is she not getting a lot of things at once? Why are we not even getting a brief hint of, oh, you're gonna be one of the greatest heroes of all time. Like, or maybe she would kind of like keep that a secret because she doesn't want to spoil it for him.
Or you would think that she would mention something about a red cape or something.
Mm-hmm.
You would think that there would be some type of tease associated with Cassandra, but there's not.
Yeah.
She doesn't tease at all, except to your point. She's vague on everything, where it could mean anything.
Yeah. No, very vague. I completely agree. And even to go back on that barn scene, if you open it up, John may have his safety goggles on, but he has no gloves on.
Yeah.
He literally had the buzzsaw going. So, is he a bad student?
Yeah,
or is she a horrible teacher?
No, Martha's like, where are your gloves? He's like, I forgot them. She's like, oh my god.
Remember that Clark was so mad he was like, while he was speeding in there, just in that slow time period, he's like, damn it, Dad, where are your gloves?
That's all it is. That's all this is.
Alright, so next scene we have Harry, young Harry.
How is Harry skipping down the stairs? Why does nobody think, hey, why is this guy in the damn facility?
Yeah.
Shouldn't somebody check his ID?
And he is wearing the nurse clothes or whatever.
Okay, you gotta pause.
Yeah, get in here. Get into this.
So, for me, and this is where the episode took a turn. Because again, whenever it opened up in the first 5 minutes, you see Harry falling in the water. He turns young again. You're like, this is so lame. Who the hell cares?
Yeah.
But then you see him go under his mattress, and all of a sudden this man's pulling out articles about the Scranton Strangler, and that's who he is.
The Smallville Strangler.
And you're like, what episode is this? And it took a weird turn for me, because I now realize for this episode alone, it's not for children. This episode went dark for me.
Oh, yeah.
And I loved every second of it.
Oh, yeah.
This could have been rated TV PG. That's how hardcore they went.
And yeah, it's crazier, too, to pull it off this way, because he actually gets younger, but it's still the old guy. But still, he was doing this at a young age.
Exactly. No,
nuts.
It's really crazy to me, the fact Harry always has had these thoughts. And that's what I mentioned, is that with this scene now, he then shows the list of the people that put him, spoiler, the people that put him away to prison. He's then marking down their children on his next hit list. Like I mentioned, that seems like a fresh list, as if he was planning on this occurring. As if this was not his first time. It's interesting. Harry's a very interesting character because he's pure evil.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, pure evil.
He's pure evil.
I like the... oh, excuse me, dude. I like the little things like his, fate's giving you a second chance, Harry boy. And then, of course, you have Cassandra on the other side of this episode where it's, she's dealing with fate in a sense. She can see people's future and whatnot. So that's a big thing, I think, with this episode is the theme of fate.
No, then we should have had Dr. Fate if that was the case.
Hey, dude, who's to say we won't?
Instead, we got Grandmother Willow telling me the future of crap. Where's the Pocahontas? Grandmother, what do I do?
Right.
Follow the wind.
Alright, so after Harry's talking to himself in the mirror, giving him a nice little pep talk about how he's going to go kill these people on this list now, you notice the name Zoe Garfield, right, at the top of the list. And we open up to a waitress named Zoe with the fattest burger I've ever seen in my life.
Hold on. Didn't you want to clarify real quick before we keep going here? Isn't this your other coffee shop?
Yes. We need to clarify this. We need to clarify this.
You were right, so let's make sure that it's on the record here just so I don't have to hear your ass anymore.
So, it is clarified. This coffee shop diner they've been going to has been called the Beanery. It's called the Beanery. The Talon right now is still separate, but it's only known as a theater, a local theater in the town. So right now they've been hanging out the Beanery. The Talon obviously will become more relevant later through certain things. But yes, I was right. It was the first appearance of the Talon last week, bro.
Okay. I wanted you to clarify. I was the one that said a pause it so that we could clarify. God.
So we have, and then I didn't like how Zoe's voice, she sounded like she's from New York. She's from New Jersey.
Well, I thought that it was just a coincidence.
You're riot.
Whenever she showed the names on the list, and then it showed Zoe, I just thought that was a coincidence where maybe he just wanted to kill somebody named Zoe.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was the exact person on his list.
But yeah, I mean, you kind of put two and two together even after you're like watching it multiple times. Like,
why is he wearing that outfit?
Dude, he's clearly like, who is not more weirded out about it? You know what I mean? Like, how do you not notice these things already? and you clearly can tell this guy lives in the past. Oh, what's a normal black coffee, from beans? What kind of shit is that?
Well, yeah, what type of beans? Hey, where do you get your beans?
I would have got his tab real quick, came back, was like, here you go, sir.
You can close out now.
Take your time. Take your time, please.
Oh, by the way, we're going to need the table in 10 minutes. Private party.
Yeah, you can only have this table, maybe half your burger. Maybe half your burger.
Here's a to-go box.
Oh, sir, yeah, here's your coffee from your beans. So we have Clark, Lana, and Chloe. I feel like this is a first. We don't see them three walking together, and it's only because Chloe and Lana obviously gotten a little closer.
Well, yes, and we saw that at the end of the other episode whenever they were at the end. Which episode was it that they got close? Hold on. It was whenever... Oh, it was her mother's speech.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was that episode that they... Man,
X-Ray.
I hated that. Oh, God.
And then, of course, I got to go back to this, man. Look. This is the same place that Lana used to work at, right? She had her one day as a waitress, got fired because she sucks and it's kind of dumb.
So he took her place.
And so she's in trouble now for losing track of an old man. First off, she left him on purpose.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, dude. Lana's still dumb, bro. Like, she can't hold down a job.
To be honest with you, though, right now, Clark is equally dumb. So I feel like they are both two dummies in match made in heaven.
We should at least call him Magic Man for the next couple weeks or something, because I will never let that go.
Oh, no. The magic tricks are going to be living on forever. And by the way, I have another scene where I'm going to bring that up.
Okay, great. And so they're trying to figure out the whole thing of what happened to Harry, and then we have eavesdropping Harry here.
I just want to just say, Lana, I lost an old man.
Yeah.
Yo, who does that?
You sound dumb already. And then you have eavesdropping Harry over here, and I just heard this is where young people congregate. Sorry for eavesdropping.
I hate that Chloe makes that comment though.
Yeah.
And it's because Chloe's a writer, where she's like, haha, why would you say congregate? Chloe, wouldn't that kind of make you wild for him or something?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that what a writer would be wanting to hear?
Very articulate.
Yeah, that's what I mean, is that it's not a dummy, which is what she makes fun of. Which also brings me to another point. She wants a dummy like Sean. That's what she wants.
Sean has lasting impacts on her.
She doesn't want the guy that is on pace with her, that is equal-minded. She wants to be the smarter one in the relationship, which is also why she likes Clark. She wants a dummy.
Oh, bro, it sucks.
I just brought the congregate. The congregate thing really made me mad. So I was like, aren't you a writer? Wouldn't you like that?
I mean, I think it's also making us more mad because Chloe's been a dick the past 3 episodes.
Chloe's been a dick.
Dude, very bad. I'm like, dude, I know you're a freshman. I don't think teens are I wasn't like this freshman year, bro.
Nobody was like this, except none of us were the editor of the Torch and
Freshman,
had our own office.
Yeah, I wrote the speech for schools last year in 8th grade. Yeah, liar.
All right, and by the way, I also love the scene because now we have Harry, which this is what I mean by it. I just watched an episode of Mindhunter where we're having him being able to play the piano, where obviously in every single classic serial killer or psychopath storyline, they're always talented at some type of instrument.
Yeah.
And so he's already just having those crazy traits, which is why I enjoyed the episode so much. I'm like, you guys just went with it. Yeah. You guys didn't hold back. You truly went psychopath.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure. And then even this scene here after he's playing piano, I think this is the only interaction, him and Cassandra. And he mentions how he was supposed to go to the Metropolis Conservatory for piano, because he was clearly an expert. And he knows about her already, because obviously it's the same old guy from the elderly home.
I don't like this from Cassandra, though.
Why?
Come take my hand. Why, nosy ass? You just want to read everybody, which is kind of BS for me. Mind your business.
And I like his reaction too, because at this point he probably believes her at this point, because he just got out of a koi pond and is young as shit now.
Yeah, he's not going to say that nothing is impossible right now.
Mm-hmm. I already know my future. Ooh. Okay, Harry. I already know my future. Yeah. And she's so offended. Oh, sorry, no one wanted to touch your crabby hand.
Yeah, exactly. Go put on lotion right now, Cassandra.
God, you're just sitting there drying up, you old prune.
By the way, you know the episode was supposed to be called Cassandra?
No way.
Yeah, it was a working title. They were going to call it just Cassandra.
Hourglass so much better.
Well, yeah, I guess. I still think...
I wouldn't just like the first name.
They should just call it Lazarus.
Man, last week was last week.
No, this one is.
No, okay, whatever, dude. We'll argue about it, I guess. Whatever, dude. Anyway, we have a nice box that says Kent's Organic Produce, so it kind of gives a nod, obviously.
Who drives like this? Lex is pulling up now, just swerving. This is him. He's just doing this with the wheel, just turning like he's in a damn go-kart or something.
No wonder you ran into Clark off that bridge.
Yeah, now I think it's your fault.
Yeah.
Not even the spikes thing that you ran over.
Not even the Final Destination.
Yeah, the Final Destination scene had nothing to do with you running Clark over.
And he can already tell that Clark is a little upset because Clark is still thinking about the whole someone close to you is going to die.
God, if I don't have Safety Patrol Clark, shut the hell up already.
And so, do we need to clarify here? Is he bringing produce by himself in the truck, but taking it to the mansion?
Yeah. Because Clark is 14 years old and has his own license as well, where he is doing his deliveries to Lex. I think this is just his way of being able to bond. It's like he can't tell Jonathan he's going to go see Lex. He has to tell Jonathan, I have to go drop off produce. It's like he's secretly seeing a girl.
It's like you don't want to have your parents find out you're secretly seeing someone that they most likely will hate.
Exactly. So then you're telling them, oh, I got to go drop off the produce.
So if we really think about it, is this a romance story between Clark and Lex?
Yeah, it's a relationship between two individuals.
Good thing it's not just called Superman or something, because really, Smallville, this love story of Lex and Clark.
I don't know if I want to do it. I don't know.
I know you're kind of 50-50. I can feel it. But anyway, so yeah, still getting mad about the whole driving thing. And Lex makes a good point. You changed my future once, right? Why is it that you're gonna believe this woman thinking it's set in stone?
But I think in a way it's because Clark. I'll give the Smallville excuse, even though I just think he's a big freaking baby. I think it's because Clark is now just at a point where he's needing to go over a line.
Yeah.
And the line is, do I jump all in and just accept everything that I am? Or do I try to prevent it and try to be able to fight it versus accepting that in a way I could live forever, in a way everybody around me is going to die? I think that, for me, Clark is being a big freaking titty baby. And
he's being actually a pretty big crybaby this episode, bro. I will agree.
And it's also, I don't understand where he's coming from. You spoke to her one time.
It's true, but also, you gotta remember, he was a kid too. Kids can easily get scared, bro.
This
is a big time of insecurity.
Yeah, but his evidence to Cassandra is, Pete had to go home. Pete lost his car, his keys in his car. That's his evidence that he's going off of. It's so hard that that's your proof. That's what you got? See, this is why Clark...
Damn it, Clark.
It's so dumb.
So he's arguing with Lex about the whole fate thing, future, but you can clearly tell Lex is interested. Oh yeah, I might want to know the future actually. Who's this woman's name? Blah blah blah. And so, also, can we just comment on these water bottles he's always having? Why does it look so crisp? Is that water? Was this mineral water before it was such a big trend? Is this the Topo Chico of Smallville?
I didn't know, but I thought they were like beers. But now that I know, I'm like, well, Clark's 14.
Yeah.
And apparently in Smallville, anything's
Hey,
possible.
Lex is his cool older brother. Maybe he is giving him some beer,
Hey,
dude.
good. That's
Some
what I mean.
spritzers, some wine coolers.
That looks like a Bud Light. What is that?
Bud Light Platinum?
That's exactly what it looks like.
All right, so after Clark leaves, we're here. Lana's looking at the young elderly people pictures, like the before and after wall of the elderly home. And
this is one of the greatest scenes of all time.
Yeah. What happened to Harry's younger picture? So Harry went missing, the old man. And then all of a sudden you're not putting together that, oh, his younger picture's gone. Why?
This is now what I feel. Okay. So you know how in the Scooby-Doo, where Velma always has to be solving the crimes, a.k.a. Chloe? Well, what this seems like is that this is what would happen if Daphne and, I'm going to say, I don't want to give him Fred, but it could be Fred. If Daphne and Fred were having to solve crimes just by themselves, this is what I think the Lana and Clark series would be. Because Lana, or Clark in this case, and Lana, and your point of the picture, there's not picking up on anything. This is truly Fred and Daphne looking at each other going,
What?
What?
Wait.
Where's Velma?
If anything, dude, Clark, yeah, I'll give you Daphne, but I think Clark may be more so Shaggy, bro. Remember, he's a stoner, dude.
Well, Clark could be Scooby-Doo. He is that awful.
I don't know, dude. He kept calling Sean a dog last week, so maybe he's the dog.
He is the dog. I don't even know if he knows what that means.
It's right. And so we have Lana talking about how she, made her case to the police and everyone describing the old man so they could go and find him. Come to find out, it's not even his real name. He's not Harry Bolson. He's Harry Volk, a serial killer.
Okay.
The Strangler.
Okay, we're going to have to just pause this whole thing because I'm going to get so much into this. All right. So he strangled how many people? Was it 1 or 2? Did they ever say how many people they strangled? Because there was some article saying that So it's multiple articles.
Definitely at least several. I would say at least maybe 5.
So yeah, he strangled plenty. Why would he ever be out? And then Lana's reasoning, this is what I mean by it's Daphne. Lana's reasoning is, well, it was 60 years ago. He's an old man. Nobody thought anything. This dude is a psychopath. Why would he be allowed to be even around old ladies? Why would he be allowed to be around anybody?
And it is true because I didn't get that. Maybe they were trying to hide his identity. They felt
that
bad
guy
for
would
him
be
or
on
something.
death row for
dude.
killing that many people and having that many news articles. That guy was in the newspaper for his murders.
Yeah.
He is not just going to go to a retirement facility. Oh, look at the old man. What the hell?
There's no way he could strangle anyone anymore.
And then this is where you find out how crazy it is because they go and they're talking about, well, what did Harry do? Oh, well, Harry was the big musician. He was up for the scholarship. It was him playing his piano, where then the teacher opted for somebody else to go in his place. And Clark goes, oh, so he must have killed the teacher. Lana's response, no.
The teacher killed his dream.
The teacher killed his dream, so he killed the teacher's son.
Her dream.
What type of sick, wonderful crap am I watching right now? What Mindhunter is this? When Lana said that, I immediately turned to the wife. I go, what the hell?
See, and that's the shit you like about villains. Well-written ones, too, because you hear things that, yes, it sounds crazy, but it's like, damn. That's kind of reasonable.
It's. I don't know if I'm going reasonable.
No,
I'm
just
not going.
me.
I'm not going reasonable.
All right, retract that statement from before.
We're gonna have to cut that out.
Yeah, we can't anyone thinking.
But when it goes back to the ultimate type of villain and the ultimate type of revenge, that's taking it to a whole extreme where that's Joker level.
Oh yeah.
That's I'm killing your family before I kill you, so that you're alone by yourself.
That's true.
That's what this is.
Mm-hmm. That's very true. And so the next scene after Lana and Clark, we have an older dude watching football at his house. Just a random dude, never seen this guy before, but clearly he'll be relevant somehow. And so his power goes out. Everything.
You know this was Harry's thing that he always did, though.
Yeah.
This was obviously what he did to everybody back then.
And already he's showing up at the door. Dude, this is the most clear sign, hey, this is strange. This guy suddenly shows up after my power's out.
Hey, I hear you got a little power out.
Yeah, it's been happening the whole block. Just wanted to check you out, Yashi.
Hey. And he then throws this smile at him where you're like, is this guy lying or not? And then he talks to the gentleman that owns that house when he talks about the car dealership that his family owned. He's like, oh, yeah, you got a good memory. And we all have 3 car dealerships. I'm the last son. Yeah, it's been busy. Why does a 17-year-old kid know that much about you?
So many songs here.
You think that a 17-year-old kid who is in the electricity business is going to know that much of your family history and yet it's all okay?
Yeah.
This guy is smiling, and then what does Harry do? Harry smiles back where he then goes into his toolbox. You know what I'm going to pull out? Some wire.
And it's piano wire.
Exactly.
It's fucking crazy.
It makes it even better, which goes back to the villain having his own weapon.
And he's memorable for sure. And he has his own style, and he's kind of a genius, bro. Like you can pose as the electrician, but usually dumb people, they're not going to do the actual job. This man was actually doing his job.
He had the whole thing because he waits for his moment.
Yeah.
And that's why Harry's a great villain and great psychopath, because and we'll even get to later on here with him and Clark, he doesn't pick a bad moment.
Yeah.
Every move he makes is smart. There's only one move I don't like, which I'll get to.
Okay. So after that scene, it's clearly hinted that Harry is going to strangle the man with the wire. And obviously the last name of the dude, which was Gage, was part of the list that he had earlier. And so we have Clark opening up here to Cassandra back at the elderly home here. And she already predicted he'd walking in the room.
She's like touching her hair like she just can't wait to touch him.
Mm-hmm.
It just bothers me so much with how Cassandra is with Clark. She's so giddy. She's so happy. It's like she's never felt this young in her entire life. It's like whatever Clark sees, Cassandra's just seeing her and Clark in a room together naked.
Yeah. Hey, bro, maybe it's the kink, man. There's the kink. The Smallville kink, bro.
That's not a Smallville kink. That's a gross kink.
Whatever, dude. I'm not going to
knock someone. It's called the blind kink.
Look, everyone has their own preferences, bro. You can't knock someone, all right?
And this is where Cassandra is now talking about how she became blind.
Got her powers.
Which was through, obviously, the meteor shower, because everybody gets their powers that way in this town. But it's also the first time that we have somebody who received powers, who was not a villain.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where Cassandra is using her abilities from Kryptonite for good. Even though we could also say it could be for her own pervertedness, because I still think that that's what Kryptonite does.
Makes everyone just a big pervert.
Everyone's a big pervert the moment they become that villain.
And you know what we need to do is actually add this to the list of Kryptonite powers as well. No?
Will we see in the future? You could say
Kryptonite
that.
blindness. I mean, she went blind because of Kryptonite, but it gave her the powers.
But how did the Kryptonite give her that? Because that's the one thing I don't have, is that I can't say meteor showers that.
Yeah. And I don't know, Kryptonite foresight?
You could say power, yes.
Dude, is she Sir Night-Eye, bro?
She could be.
She's Sir Night-Eye? He did have to touch him, too.
What if she is his whispering eye?
All right, I think it deserves to be put on the list. We have Kryptonite foresight. I think that's okay.
We still don't have an origin for it, though.
Yeah, that's true. I wish we saw it. But anyway, so they're talking.
Flashback.
Flashback? Flashpoint?
No.
And so Cassandra's just giving Clark the pep talk because he's still worried, and she's just telling him, hey, there's things you can't be able to control just like me. I can only see things and tell you things, but... So, what does she do? She makes her move.
This is so weird. She could have touched him from where he was sitting, Joseph.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Like, she knows you're right in front of him, so like, why not just reach out? So, I do like this moment, though, because this shows, obviously, Clark being special, and he can see what she's seeing. And that's not supposed to happen.
Okay, I still don't like this scene.
Why?
This is still big baby scene for me when it comes to Clark. Once again, are you surprised because him freaking out the way he is? It's just showing that everybody around you is dead. I get it, but it's also, Clark, in a way, you kind of had to suspect you could be immortal, right?
Yeah.
You kind of had to have had that type of theory in your head that you are different from everybody, so if everybody else dies around you, obviously you're going to outlive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Once again, it's another silly moment, but I'll get it. I'll chalk it up as the 14-year-old kid being scared.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. And he's insecure, man. He's very worried about things. And so I like that part because of that. He's able to see what she was seeing. Very cool. Kind of goes in the extent of how Kryptonite still affects him in some way, like with these powers. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Kryptonite obviously affecting him in some way differently when it comes to people's powers, and I think that shows that with Cassandra. I know you didn't like his vision and whatnot, but it is a small nod. I forgot which Superman it is, but there's a certain Superman storyline where he actually does lose everyone he loves. It's, man, what is that Superman, bro?
You gotta give me something. You got to give me something else besides Superman that lost everybody. It's got to be something.
It's a different storyline, and I forgot, but I'll do some research while we're watching here. But we open back to the Kent farm. We have Clark telling his vision, story, description, whatever, to his parents, and still Jonathan in this big denial of... Oh, son, stop believing what this old lady's telling you.
Well, the issue that I have
Clark explains it like a 14-year-old kid where no matter who it is when it comes to your parents never going to believe you with this type of crap. And it's also like, hey, I don't like that you're hanging out with an old lady. Like, maybe you should stop. And yet, Clark is once again just throwing so many temper tantrums where he's still just panicking because I don't know what the future is going to be. I saw everybody dead. And Jonathan and Martha were like, nobody knows what the future's going to hold. Why don't you relax, dude?
Right.
And we'll do it together. We'll cross that bridge when it happens.
Mm-hmm.
And Clark just freaking out, cries, leaves.
Yeah, and he's clearly still upset. Nothing's going to satisfy him at this point.
And now we have Lex coming to Cassandra, where Cassandra is sitting in her lovely outfit next to the garden, having some lovely tea, it looks like, in a cup. Lex is now coming over to Cassandra, where you would think that maybe Lex is wanting to see his own future, but in fact, he's only wanting to really talk about Clark and, in a way, use Cassandra to gain more information over the guy.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
It's a weird bet because you would think that Cassandra and Clark could be at a certain point where Cassandra would tell Clark what Lex is trying to do here.
Yeah.
And Lex has no fear when it comes to it. Lex, in my opinion, with this episode is very sloppy when it comes to him trying. I mean, it seems like Lex is always trying to hide the fact that he's researching more and more into Clark. And this episode, he even shows Clark some of his poker hand.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me with Lex in this episode.
And and then also with his conversations I have with Cassandra, it's funny because he mentions to Clark, because Clark's like, oh, I thought you weren't interested in knowing who she was or whatever. And he's like, oh, maybe I'll ask her for some stock tips. And she makes this reference to him like, you're not here for stock tips, are you, Mr. Luther? I'm like, oh, she's figured you out, bro. By the way, did the research. Kingdom Come Superman.
Oh, yeah. I've read Kingdom Come, but then again, ending with him is pretty much him and Wonder Woman having a baby. So
as it should, rightfully so.
I don't know if it should. I always like the Justice League storyline of Bruce and Diana getting together. That's always mine. I just like I love that balance between them.
I love them just because Bruce, it just shows, man, probably packing as well, like Pete.
Okay, I don't know where that. And by the way, if you ever want to see Batman packing, just look up Batman Damned.
There you go.
That's all you need. Batman Damned #1. It was getting recalled. Why was it getting recalled? Because Bermejo decided to show his wiener.
Yep. Dude, we're living in a time, bro. And so, yeah, we have here still at the conversation. And what does Cassandra do? She offers the hand.
Well, no, and that's what I mean, is that Lex being here, it's weird because he's only here specifically for Clark, where he now throws his own temper tantrum to Cassandra, saying, no, I make my own destiny. I'm only here for Clark. Tell me about Clark. And yet, she doesn't tell him about Clark. Because she's like, that's not how this works, sweet boy.
Mm-hmm.
Take my hand and you'll find out.
Yeah, and he's obviously upset because she's not going to give him what he wants. Because, I mean, she can't control what she sees, right? And it still shows, I like how they're building with it, that they always show that Lex is still secretly obsessed with finding out what the hell's up with Clark. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's still, again, the problem that I have is that he is going to somebody that Clark is closer to. I just think that Cassandra has no ties to Lex, so why would you ever think, if you're Lex Luthor, you're going to be able to go convince an 80-year-old woman to be able to tell me things?
Yeah.
This is Lex being a 21-year-old kid.
Hey.
This is young Lex just making just a kind of silly move or overestimating a move.
Perhaps. And it's still good you point that out too, because everyone's still growing. This is still first season, and you realize,
I don't want people to grow.
You realize Lex is he's going to be the person he eventually will be, but still got some dumb moves here. So, we open it up to a scene with Clark. First off, we need to talk about some unannounced visits here. I don't think we've been keeping track. Was Lex showing up to Cassandra, is that not unannounced?
That doesn't count as a retirement home where people come and visit you.
Okay, what about this one then? Clark showing up on Lana.
No, because this is why I'm also going to get into the scene.
Oh, that's right. What are you doing here? Chloe called me too.
Okay. Chloe is never in this scene.
Yeah.
So why is Chloe inviting Lana and Clark into her office? And by the way, what balls? Clark, Lana, come see me in my office, please. Who the hell do you think you are?
Yeah, they probably got the intercom and everyone's like,
oh, they get the blue slip in class where they get to leave and everyone's like, what is going on?
Oh,
What do you
yeah.
get to go to the torch
why is
for?
your life so special?
Oh, yeah, that's right. You know, freshman Chloe. Oh,
yeah,
my.
as the boss of the entire newspaper.
The issue I have is that Chloe is not in the scene where, once again, Chloe, I'm supposed to believe, has a crush on Clark. Why would she ever leave Lana and Clark in a room together alone?
Hey, man.
These things don't add up.
Chloe I think she might be spacing sometimes.
This seems like this is being a damn good friend of putting him in a situation where he's alone with the girl he has a crush on.
Yeah.
This seems like Chloe's being a damn good friend right now.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah.
She's being the wing woman,
She's
bro.
being no, I'm talking about from her point of view. She makes no sense to
Yeah.
me.
But from everyone else?
Her being a bro to Clark right now, dude, she is the ultimate wingman.
Yeah. And so Lana's here getting upset about the wall of weird.
Oh God!
And
here you go.
because
Explain this to me.
yeah,
guys. Oh.
she's getting so upset because it's just everyone just already knows about you before they even meet you. Your tragedy, that's all they ever know about you. And of course Clark sympathizing, somewhat. How can he really relate? Who knows Clark's tragedy? What, he's adopted? That's not a tragedy.
The thing that I have a problem is that Lana's so selfish in this scene where she just thinks everything is always about herself. Where it's not about the bigger picture. No, they have a picture of me on the Time magazine. It's not about the magazine or what happened. It's about me.
Yeah.
You know
It's
what,
only
Lana?
one
Nobody
photo.
gives a crap about you. Okay? How about that?
I'll tell you who does, dude. Harry. He cares a lot about the Langs, dude.
You know who doesn't care about Langs or Lana in this episode? Whitney, because he's not in it.
Woo! Yeah! Hey, I will say though, he left some type of residue here because Whitney, being how dumb
Did he leave the stick up Lana's ass? And maybe somebody needs to pull that out.
He left the dumb bug, dude. Everyone is dumb again, bro. Like you said, Chloe doesn't make sense. Clark being the
Well, Chloe's trying to hurt herself.
who's more Daphne right now? Is it Lana or is it Clark?
Okay, Clark is Daphne. Clark, I would actually give Lana Fred over Clark. I'm not doing that for Clark. Clark is Daphne this episode.
Dude.
And it's
Oh my
because he's
God.
such a baby. And also, now we have the bar scene, which, by the way, this is a pretty good scene. I like that Pete and Chloe show up where they're going, hey, what's going on here? Whereas Lana, I think Lana's had enough weird for the day. You know what? Clark's looking out for Lana. And Lana is now missing out on the Scooby-Doo expedition.
That is
because
true.
she decided to throw a hissy fit by having the stick up her ass because they happen to have the Time magazine on the Weird of Wall.
Way to show that, don't let one person sour the mood, We're going to keep it going. Lana, go cry at home.
Go right home.
Where's
We're
the-
not bringing you.
I'm calling from the torch. This is Clark Kent calling Aunt Nell. Lana is acting up. Can you please come pick her up?
No.
Oh, wait, no, you don't need to pick her up. Everyone drives here.
No, I know you're welding right now. I know you're
Yeah, you hear
welding.
it in the back, like all this hammering and shit. Alright,
So I also have a problem with this scene too with the barn because Clark, once again, I'm going to put Chloe as my Velma. Chloe saying, hey, look at this picture. This guy looks exactly like Harry, young Harry. Maybe we should look into it. Clark, no, it's impossible. Let's move on. Clark, what the hell? And it's also like, what do you mean, let's move on? Because obviously weird things happen in your stupid town where you would think you would believe something like this.
Right.
But in fact, you saw Tina change into people, but you can't believe that Harry went young.
Yeah, and at this point you have a wall of weird. You
just explained the wall of
You've
weird.
seen Bug Boy.
Yeah.
Remember Bug Boy? That man turned into insects. Do you remember the heat suck guy?
But a guy going younger is weird.
Hey, bro, it's unbelievable.
It's
apparently.
unbelievable.
Apparently.
This is what I mean. Daphne just told Velma to shut up. Daphne should never be able to do that.
Dude, Scooby-Doo, big theme for this episode.
This is the thing. Oh, by the way, I truly wrote down like on every page, oh, the mystery gang is together
If you
again.
really think about it, man, that gang was all Velma, man.
It was all Velma.
It was all Velma.
If they don't have Velma in that game, oh my... I'll put it this way.
Nothing's getting solved.
Scooby and... what's his face? Scooby's BFF. I always blank on him.
It's Shaggy.
Shaggy.
Or are you talking about Scrappy?
By the way, no, that's what I was saying. I was saying Scraggy in my head. Like, that's two of them. That's different. But that's what I mean. You could not have a show with just Scooby and Shaggy. You had to bring in somebody smart named Scrappy who's able to solve everything. The show is still so bad that nobody believed Scrappy was that smart, so then they brought in Velma. Yeah. It was a show of Velma, Scrappy, Scooby, and Shaggy at one point.
Women are smarter, bro.
I don't know.
Actually, I would say this, they're better detectives, I think. A woman can do
Velma sure as hell.
Oh, yeah.
And Chloe also is, which is why it makes no sense to me that Clark... Let's not listen to Chloe. Let's not listen to the undercover reporter. Let's listen to me.
Yeah. I'm the genius.
Hey, you guys want Doobie?
You know Clark's salivating, bro. He's like, yeah. I'm glad Lana went home.
I hate him so much.
So, yeah, after that barn scene, we go back to the beanery, and Zoe's still here. Kind of a rude waitress. She might deserve this.
She let him stay.
But she's like copping attitude ever since she first met him.
Okay, that's a flirty attitude. Are you trying to tell me that her flipping the closing sign means that she is not interested in him staying?
So you're saying her Eastern... Oh, that was a pretty quick commercial break there. But you're telling me her little Eastern accent, you're a riot. That's flirting?
That is flirting. You're a riot. Come take off my pants. Yeah, that's what it says.
So anyways, Harry...
Did you say yes, she?
Yeah, she. So Harry... Dude, sorry, I'm just keeping up with the trend here. Dude, he's living in the past. I gotta be in the past.
There's no living in the past. Nobody's making those references.
It's just so funny because his clothes just yell out, yeah, she. But his clothes... why is no one putting two and two together, damn it?
Because Clark said, shut up, Velma. Daphne said, Velma, shut up. That's why.
So basically, Harry wanted another coffee, staying past closing time for Zoe. Clearly, he has an agenda there. We go back to the elderly home. We are trying... Okay, first off, I don't like how in and out these kids are. Why are they just in and out of this elderly home at all times?
Dude, they let a guy stay there when he's not even... He's wearing a nursing outfit. What do you mean, why are they allowing
they have kids leaving old people at the koi pond.
Yeah, nobody gives a crap in this facility.
So, God, man, you know, there was a big thing like, oh, there's not enough adults around. Like, maybe that's why. Because they're just letting kids do whatever they want.
Where are the adults here?
I see plenty, but they're not acting like adults.
Have you seen one adult that works in this facility?
No. Actually, there is one later. There's one later.
Yeah, when the grown-up finally shows up?
Yeah.
Let's fix this problem.
One actually doing their job.
This is ridiculous. And now we're going back to Cassandra talking about how she wants to fill up Clark again.
Mm-hmm.
And Clark is like, I don't know if I could do that. Well, she's explaining to him, you were the only one that was able to see the vision, the same as me. Nobody else has ever been able to do this. So now I want to be able to fill you up one more time.
Yeah.
No.
No. It's like, come on, man. You can't... Look, she wants to feel him up, bro. She's not getting any action in there, man. Come on, bro. This is making her days, man. All right? She's on her last few. Let her be a pervert.
I don't...
If anything, Tom loves it, bro. Sorry, not Tom. Clark. Clark's a pervert.
She was like,
Clark's a pervert.
What if she was like, look at my good eye?
Right away. Right away, ma'am.
Oh, my God.
My father told me to respect women, and I'm here to just adhere to your wishes. Anyways, Clark's still upset, talking to Cassandra about stuff, and Cassandra's like, hey, you gotta understand, there's a lot of pain and such, but, I met you before we even met, that you bring a lot of hope and light into people's lives, and I've seen it already before we even met. And so, hopefully that's helping him a bit, and it looks like she's about to touch him again, and she has taught him to embrace the future, to see the good things, or at least try to focus on certain things. And he's getting a vision of obviously some type of murder that's about to happen.
Well, when it comes to Grandmother Willow here and where she's trying to explain everything to Clark on this vision, this is what I don't like. Is that she pretty much fed Clark a whole bunch of... because she then is like, let me touch your hand, let's see another vision. She then sees a vision of people dying.
Yeah.
And Clark's like, well, who are they? Where are they? What do we do? And she's like, I don't know. You figure it out.
And it's weird too because it goes back to how her powers work because she clearly stated she can only see the future of the people she touches. How is that Clark's future?
I don't understand how that would be Clark's future unless he was actually there beforehand.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense. This is a Donnie Darko situation.
And then also we come back to him with the Scooby-Doo gang, and it's like they're snooping through stuff.
Of course they are. They have to find clues.
Oh my god, bro! Where's security? Where?
Ready?
Either way, when it comes to this scene, and now Harry, we're back on Harry. I love this scene so much because this is once again something that's sick in the head where he's in the bar writing something in Greek down on a napkin before he's about to leave, and then he's handing it to her where the Greek means the sins of our fathers fall onto the children. He is explaining something to her in Greek that's I'm about to murder you.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, things like this, how are you not freaking out? But I mean, she's starting to freak out a bit. And then he starts giving her how the whole spiel, like, oh, I know where you come from. So, I mean, you got your killer, bro. You got the piano wire again.
Well, now he's going to, I'm going to kill you, and now I'm going to be able to take your future away just like your family took my future away. Clark is now coming busting into the place.
Yeah.
Where, what does Harry do? Once again, there's no thought to this man. He immediately takes the woman, puts the knife to her throat, and says, I got a hostage. This man knows what to do every single turn.
Oh, yeah.
The only part I did not like, if we can go back but we can't, is whenever he is explained, or actually whenever he walks by Clark. And Clark is just standing there. He walks by the front door and Clark's just like an inch by him. Clark, you could just like touch the knife.
Yeah.
You could do something, man, to help out. But Clark then runs in front of him. Harry then throws the girl in the street. Clark then, I don't know what you could call it, shadows or covers the woman to where then the car runs over his back. Nobody's showing any type of worry about the flames coming off his jacket.
Yeah, wait, why was
We're gonna
it
ignore
scorching?
this.
Why was it scorching anyway? There's no way that would happen. But also, we got him looking for Harry.
Once again, Harry making another sweet move because he's waiting for the man to have his back turned where he sneaks up behind him, stabs him in the chest. If that was a kryptonite knife, goodbye Smallville.
Oh my god, bro.
Smallville's over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that was left side, dude. He was aiming for heart, bro.
Yeah. Harry is a great psychopath because
No.
he knows what to do during all situations here.
Honestly, when that knife shattered, I seriously thought Superman Clark was about to powerbomb this man.
Yeah.
That would have been sick.
Well, that's what I mean is that there's no real anything from Clark except the classic shove with the right hand. That's all he does where then somebody then falls on top of a car. It's...
Yeah.
Can we have another move?
Mm-hmm.
Can we have a suplex? Can we have something where he just... What if he grabbed Harry and he just tossed him in the air?
Dead.
And then then he catches him. He's like, we're never going to do that again, right?
Yes, sir.
That's what I mean. That's what you would do. It'd be like a Hancock situation with Will Smith and the child in the street. It's exactly what I would do. You would never do anything wrong again.
Right. And then really that whole knife shattering, I mean, that was probably the most special effects we had in the scene, except for the aging process, you know? And so now we're back at the farm, and he's explaining to his parents that, yeah, got the vision, and my destiny was to help people. And John, you think she knows your secret? Dude, how would she not? God, John.
You know, I'm just really tired of Jonathan always running his mouth, just believing that he knows how everything is supposed to work, when in fact, he doesn't give Clark any type of shot to be right. And I think that's what the most disappointing is about Jonathan. There's never any chance to be able to do anything better. It's always disappointment in Jonathan's eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly. And so, yeah, he's explaining all that to them. And so, I mean, at this point, he's got to believe that he's meant to help people. And so, next scene after that little pointless conversation.
All right, well, now I got to get to this part because we are on the Lex and the Clark scene where this was my problem. This scene is truly just thrown in here out of nowhere.
It kind of is. Like,
it
all
doesn't,
of a sudden.
Exactly. It has no flow to it whatsoever. We just saw Clark with his parents. All of a sudden, we're now in the Lex Luthor mansion where, like what I told you before, Lex just got done showing the reporter this, saying, I need you to research this to figure out everything that happened. I thought that was the secret room behind his bookshelf.
Yeah.
Did he just show Clark this secret room behind his bookshelf saying, I kept this car?
Yeah.
It's a weird Lex move because it's not a flex. It's I don't know what the hell he's doing.
I mean, yeah, it's out of nowhere, but it's also because the last time we see Lex, he's frustrated that he can get the info he wanted. So he's like thinking, you know what? This is also going to be something where I'm honest with Clark, but also maybe me being honest, he'll be honest. So it is kind of a little move there. I see what he's trying to do, but like you said, it is just thrown in there. But I get it. I get what he's doing.
Well, the scene doesn't make any sense. Like, as far as it could make sense to like what you're saying, but the scene doesn't make sense in the episode. The scene just is like what we're saying. It's just doesn't have any flow to it at any point with the entire point of this episode. When it comes to Lexo now telling Clark about how I've had so many people look into it, nobody knows how the roof could be ripped off that way. You know what? I would actually buy Clark's explanation more, where it's like anything can happen, man.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. You fell off a bridge, like the roof coming off or it hitting something, getting caught on something. I'm not saying that's abnormal. I'm not.
Yeah. And I like what Clark says to him. Maybe fate has something more in store for you.
I just love Clark, though, throwing the shot at Lex. Yeah, maybe because Cassandra just dwelled in the past, dumbass.
Idiot.
That's what he just said to Lex, and you know what? Lex immediately got a, I'm going to hurt you.
Yeah.
He immediately got that look in his eyes.
And then what I didn't like was that he's like, yeah, so you still don't remember anything from that crash? Like, nope, that just that I pulled you out. Wait. He was knocked out. Lex is knocked out. How do you not remember anything? That's a worse lie. A terrible lie.
All right, Joseph, so also in that scene that we did not acknowledge is the fact that they said, the scene before that with Martha and Jonathan, they were talking about how Harry was not taken to be arrested.
Yeah.
In fact, he was taken to a psychiatric facility or psychiatric...
To monitor.
Okay. This man was... They already knew that he killed that guy in his home with the wire. He was then about to kill a waitress. So he is on pretty much going down for murder. Then he has another attempted murder. And we're not going to take him to jail. Mm-hmm. We're going to take him to a mental hospital and leave him alone in the room.
It's very strange, I know, and it's actually very dumb. I don't even know why I say
Smallville and serial killers? You know what? A lot of people deserve to die because of how they are run as a town.
So you're saying it's reasonable?
I'm saying whoever is the townspeople, whoever is the town, what do they call it? The town board, whatever you want to call it, the mayor, whatever. I think they need people to be murdered in their town.
They need a new, nice little cleanup.
They need a population control is what they want here.
Oh, for sure. And then but to your point, yeah, he should be known, but remember, no one's going to believe this reverse agent. It's unbelievable. He does say John Doe. They couldn't identify the man. And obviously when they go back in here, he's now the old man. Now I think they confirmed to know is Harry Volk at this point.
When you just take his blood, though?
Yeah, DNA is a thing. DNA's a thing.
It was a thing.
But would they have it from back then?
Yeah, I watched Law & Order SVU. They had it.
They didn't have DNA testing until 80s, bro.
Yeah, I know. But they had it at Smallville in 2000.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. But, so yeah, we go back to the elderly home where the koi pond, where Lana made the stupid move of leaving the old man alone. And so we're at the koi pond. Clark is obviously being infected, upset stomach, diarrhea with kryptonite.
Upset stomach and diarrhea.
Yeah. Imagine just like, you hear rumbling and he starts really farting so bad around Lana.
What if he was just like, Lana got
It's like that part of Semi-Pro when he gets punched in the jejunum for the first time to throw up. And that's what Clark's doing when the meter rocks. So this right here.
You like this scene here? Whenever Clark is now showing up in it, because obviously he leaves Lana because of his tummy ache, where he shows up in Harry's room saying, I know exactly what you are. I think that you did turn younger. This is where all of a sudden we have Daphne turning into the flower that she always should have been.
Yeah.
Where we finally have Clark figuring it out, where he's like, I'm not stupid. I saw the kryptonite now in the pond. I know what you did. And now I'm just going to sit here and watch you. Well, Harry then turns into, he's creepy, but he also turns into a little whiny bitch. Nurse! Nurse!
Yeah, he's hurting me!
He's harassing me, nurse, after everything I've been through, nurse!
I know, but like, we know you're a serial killer.
Yeah, exactly. Why would the guy that everybody knows has murdered people be giving any type of special treatment? He shouldn't have a nurse.
And look, and then this is our first adult person
This
actually
is the
doing their
adult.
job. Tell them,
No,
I think you should leave, young man.
She's not doing her job proper. She doesn't even know who Harry is.
Dude, no one does, apparently, even though I feel like it's figured out at this point. How is that not just news and gossip in the elderly home?
And now Harry's going back to the spot where he changed, where he sees himself in the reflection of the water being young. Now he's giggly. By the way, Joseph, what electrocuted him in this episode?
It's still the
In that
lights.
time.
They put the lights back up, apparently.
They didn't take. I thought there was caution
No,
tape.
they're still there.
I thought it was. So they put the lights back up after it electrocuted him.
Dude, well, they didn't know that. Remember, he went missing.
Yeah, all the fish were dead.
Ooh.
So they killed all the fish again. They just said, "Who cares?"
Maybe this is going back to people just don't put 2 and 2 together, man. Remember, like you said, it's 2 plus 2 equals 5 in this town, man. And so after that, also, he was unsupervised. Why was Harry unsupervised?
Because they that nurse said, "Everybody get out."
Yeah, why does Lana not have her job back?
Lana shouldn't be near in that facility whatsoever. And in fact, if anything, she needs to have like somebody with her at all times to
No
monitor
wonder
her.
Aunt Nell lied to her about her mom, dude.
Yeah, I would lie to her about everything.
Yeah, you're such a good worker.
Yeah, you're the best.
Yeah, you just need maybe stick to cheerleading. man.
Yeah, be a cheerleader. That's why Aunt Nell wanted her to stick to cheerleading. Aunt Nell knew what she was.
It's like no.
No.
please don't.
Oh God,
Yeah,
a
she's
job?
like, oh, a job, okay. Fuck, no.
She just learned to read last week.
All right, and so after that,
Scooby-Doo gang.
the reverse aging, we were back to the Scooby-Doo gang. Lana included this time.
Of course.
We're back at the Wall of Weird, and we are now seeing the jury names of the people on the case for Harry when they put him or they sentenced him, and so it's all the people of the town, pretty popular names. One of them is, what was it, Hiram Kent?
It was Hiram Kent.
The grandfather of Clark, adopted grandfather. But he was on that jury, so they put 2 and 2 together, finally in the right sequence here, that, he's probably going after my parents.
Well, just like what we didn't mention about the last scene with Clark and Harry is that Harry goes, "Clark, son of Jonathan, father of Hiram," or whatever the hell he said. And it was funny because Harry threw his own shot. "I don't remember you on the family tree, bastard."
Yeah,
That's what he looked at him and said.
That was some Game of Thrones shit,
That
dude.
was a shot
You're
at
like,
him.
Clark, bastard?
Yeah, he's like, "Bastard
What's
child."
the bastard
Snow.
last name for Smallville?
Clark Snow is his name.
Because they had different ones. But so I like this here because Harry shows up, younger self obviously, shows up to the camp farm, telling him like, "Hey, we reported gas leak going on, and Martha's the only one home." And he's like, "Yeah, just looking to check out if everything's okay here." And she's like, "Oh, I didn't even report a gas leak." He's like, "Oh, your husband did. He called earlier." And she's like, "You're not a usual gas man."
Who has a regular gas man, Joseph?
But
His name is Kurt. Who knows their gas guy's name is Kurt?
that is kind of weird.
That's
but then again, we
weird.
don't live on farms, dude. And I will
What do you
say,
mean? You say farm people know their gas guys? Is that what you're saying?
everyone knows everyone apparently.
So farm people know their gas guys.
And look. All I'm saying is that Martha pulled kind of a slick move because she knew something was up. She knew this little kid up to no good, bro.
All I know is Martha is just so much smarter than everybody.
Yeah, why is she not in the Scooby-Doo game,
Oh
bro?
my, it's because she would solve the case in 30 seconds.
Yeah,
That's why she's not allowed to be in there.
Yeah, you know how they're called Mystery Inc. is because it's always still a mystery. They can
Exact-
never figure
They
it out.
can never figure it out. Martha solves it within 3
Yeah,
seconds.
her company would be called Solved. Solved in 5.
She knows within 30 seconds this kid's not a good person.
Yeah.
Where she immediately then goes, locks the door, Harry busts down the door, where then she grabs the base, hits him in the face. You know why? Because Martha knows what's up.
Yeah, dude.
Goes to her car after hitting him in the face. What does Harry do? This goes back to what I said, man. Harry's the ultimate
prepared.
psychopath. He doesn't miss a beat.
No,
He slashed the tires before knocking on the door.
Yeah.
so that just in case they do get away from me, they're not going to be able to run far. That is amazing. Harry, you are Mindhunter all the way.
And even before in the house, when she attempted to call out, the landline was cut off.
And he's a step ahead.
Mm-hmm.
He knows what you're going to try to do because he goes, mistakes can happen. I'm going to prepare for those mistakes. Harry is good.
He said fate gave him a second chance, so bro, you better not ruin
God,
it.
Tina, Greg, they all need to learn. Sean, they
Amateurs.
all need to learn from this guy.
No one's compared to this man yet.
Yes, nobody. Harry, King of Kings right now on villains.
Dude. So, yeah, we have him. For some reason, there's a machete in the
the
barn.
Hold on, I was actually giving him the credit of the dad in case not Jonathan, in case Martha has to go out there and chop down the corn by hand.
Damn, dude.
Yes, I
Like
gave
it's
them
a
the
jump
benefit
off
of the
there, bro.
doubt just in case.
And look at him, he was already sawing it and making sure it was finely edged and sharp.
Oh, that again, it was I can hear you. He might as well, wasn't he whistling too?
Yeah, he was.
Yes, he was, he's such a good villain.
Mm-hmm, he is.
God, this is what I live for.
Also, why hide in the silo?
Because she's a genius. You know why? Because Martha goes hard. Where she said, okay, he's going to be able to catch me. I have nowhere to go. So guess what?
I pulled the lever.
We're going to go out together. Now it's first one to escape. This is the escape house. Martha said, let's play a dice game.
And she rolled them dice,
She
boy.
rolled
She
them
rolled
dice.
them dice, dude. And yeah, so now we have the corn just filling in, or the grains, whatever it is.
By the way, that really would hurt.
Would it?
It's not as silly as you may think it is.
I was about to say,
It's-
because she, loses consciousness
It's
and stuff.
so, exactly. It's hitting your head, and it's so much coming down. It will hurt. I promise you that's not made up
So
crap.
it would be definitely overwhelming to where they could probably lose breath?
Yes,
Or oxygen.
Because also if there's dirt in there and it's picking up too, you're immediately going to lose oxygen. You
shit.
have no windows in there. You're cut off.
Good to know.
Yes, don't
Now
get
I see
trapped
why
in
she
the
got in
corn
there.
That's what I mean. Martha went hard.
Final trump card there, dude.
You know what Jonathan would have done? He would have tripped over and Harry would have stabbed him. That's what Jonathan would have
He
done.
would have gone for a punch, but Harry's prepared for a punch, dude.
He would have ended up. Jonathan would have tripped, split, just twisted an ankle, and then Clark would have had to save him.
Yeah. And so they get buried with the grain, the corn, whatever it is in the silo, and now Clark, using his newly found power.
Yeah, for
X-ray
once.
vision,
He
finally.
It was convenient.
Yeah, and so he gets John. John just showed up, and now we are going ahead and digging Martha out. Obviously, lost consciousness. Also, I know John's not CPR certified, dude. This
Well-
is so in proper form.
Well, my whole thing is, she wasn't under for that long, and also I'm giving Martha such the benefit of the doubt, where I think that she buried a part of her body in the corn already, because she was preparing for the pressure to overwhelm her.
Mm-hmm.
So she was already embracing for the impact by burying her body already in the corn. I think Martha is smarter than everybody.
Dude.
Martha is right now the hero of the show. Call it not Smallville, call it Martha.
I'm sold.
I'm sold.
I'm sold.
I'm in.
Like, you're just like, in Smallville, there was Superman, but before him, there was Martha.
Shows her in school beating up a bully.
It's like fan-made trailers. We put clips from It back in the day when she was in that. It's like, there's no correlation.
There's no.
She was even more dumb in It, if anything.
Yeah, Martha's the genius in this episode.
She really is. So they obviously got Martha revived there, and so we go back to pretty much they caught Harry, or he suffocated, right?
He's suffocated. No, Harry's dead.
He was dead.
He's
suffocated.
officially dead.
So obviously they're not going to revive him, and so
And they show his hand turning back too.
That's right.
Yes.
They did show turning back, and so we have Lex now coming back to the elderly home and telling Cassandra, "I don't want to do good things. I want to do great things." But of course, in his mind, great things are very far from great. And so he's finally like, "Yes, I want to know what my future is."
He even brought her flowers too. He goes, "I want my future to be extra bright," if you know what I'm saying. He tried to bribe her for his own future. Such a classic Lex thing to do.
Now, Taylor, I really love this part.
All right, so this whole thing, when it comes to Lex now in his vision, where he is now being shown as the president, and he is then in an open, I guess, field.
Field, flower field, whatever you want to call it, and
Sunflowers.
yeah, sunflowers, and he's in a random field, just nothing but
Smelling
land.
them.
Smelling him. His classic white tux here. Got the glove on.
You know why he wears a glove, though, right?
Oh, yeah. But explain it.
It's because of the kryptonite. Because in his storyline where he always has touched kryptonite in his hand,
Keeps it on deck.
it's radiation now where it's pretty much effed his hand up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what has occurred, which would make perfect sense. But also, Lex, put the rock down.
Yeah.
Put the rock down, man.
But hey, man, he's got to be prepared at all times, bro.
It's true.
Yeah, and so this vision is great. I also want to go into, like, some, you know, I guess, similarities between him and Clark's older vision when it's all raining and stuff. So what happens in this one?
It rains, and that's a pretty good call, except instead of it raining water, it's now raining blood, and there's no tombstones around Lex. Instead, it's just skeletons, because you want to know why?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's personal to Lex.
Yeah.
It's just bodies.
No one. Oh, yeah.
That's what it...
And I love how he's touching something beautiful, but obviously when he touches it, it's going to die.
And it's also interesting with Lex having the skeletons around him in this scene, because I just wish there would have been like an S symbol. If I'm being honest, just an S symbol somewhere in like a mountain where he sees all the dead bodies, where what they signify is how many bodies he has killed in order to take out Superman.
To pursue his ultimate goal
of taking him out, which he has never been able to accomplish.
Yeah.
I wish they would have shown some type of S.
Well, they did show something, and do you know about this?
What did they show?
I paused it right here, specifically this moment. What is that right there, bro?
What is that? Is that a head?
That's Batman cowl, bro. That's Batman's mask, dude.
They have Batman's mask in here?
It's like supposed to be a cape right here, and then his like skull in the mask, in the helmet.
It looks like a vampire Batman more than anything.
Yeah, so look, I'm gonna like kind of just go back just a small bit.
Hold on, you gotta tell the audience though where it's at. So it's at 42, it looks like exactly.
It's like right as the flowers are dying. It's that bird's eye view. It's kind of panning down. And right as it's finally getting level with him, you see briefly in the back that cowl,
you saw
dude.
the ears.
And you see the
ears.
yeah, it's brightened
away.
It's brightened up there because when pausing, obviously it goes dim. But yeah, so it shows that. So to your point, yeah.
Why do they show us that though, and they don't show us anything Superman related?
I thought the same thing.
That's a nice
dude.
Easter egg, but why didn't we get anything Superman related?
I don't know. And then this is what I love even more, that it was so overwhelming for Cassandra to see that crazy dark future of his. She dies.
Well, so for me, I looked at it as Lex is, I guess, so crazy, and to your point, he's such a villain where it was too much for Cassandra to be able to take. I just wish, if I'm being perfectly honest, I wish this more than anything, is that Lex saw his vision.
Oh, yeah.
Where it was only Clark and Lex that saw their visions.
Man, I would have.
That would have been a great little nod to one another, where it wasn't people that have powers that see it. No. It was people that have a destiny together see it.
Mm-hmm. And so he reacts very crazy. Like, it looks like it's really disturbing him at that
Well,
point.
it's because I think that Lex knows that she saw something so evil. I think it's always what Lex has feared, because in a way he's never wanted to become Lionel, but that's a Lionel type of future.
Yeah. And yeah, he freaks out. It would have been very cool, yeah, if only them two saw their visions.
Mm-hmm.
And so after that, he's freaking out. Clark all of a sudden shows up, and he puts two and two together.
That makes me not like the Batman cowl thing, though.
It's very weird. I understand what you're getting at,
like,
because
yeah, where's the
like,
connection with that and Lex, and not? You didn't even hint to Lex.
Yeah.
That's what I don't get. Is like, you should have hinted to Lex.
Maybe to show, hinted
Because
to
even
Lex,
the symbol
hinted
we
to
get later
Superman.
on, spoiler alert, it's like an 8.
Yeah.
It's not an S.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, they could have done that, but then again, we weren't first season. Maybe they just wanted to throw little fun things in there. I think that was more so fun, if anything. But also, you got to think about, Batman does become Superman's like best friend.
I guess.
And that would definitely be a goal and someone to kill for Lex in order to reach his goal. And then back to the whole the vision and all that. I mean, there should have been something Superman.
There should have been something even in the clouds. Even like, again, going off of a shadowy figure where you just see like a cape.
and a guy with the cape and a guy like floating in air or something. Again, why do you have Batman's skull and not a Superman skull or nothing Superman related?
Mm-hmm. And I think it even puts some symbolism on the Vision too, how he was touching, something great, something beautiful, whatever, because he finally agreed to let Cassandra touch him to see his future. And what happens when he does? It dies, just like his Vision shows.
And it's because no matter how hard Lex could ever try, he can never be good.
And
it's not allowed.
And it sucks too, and I think that's what makes him so great as well. He wants to try. He's trying.
Well, the problem is he wants to be, but he knows that he can't be in the end.
Mm-hmm.
That's not allowed because you're not.
Yep.
No matter what, you are destined to be the villain.
Yeah. And then, I love that. And so yes, it ends with Clark realizing that he did get his future predicted correctly. Someone close to him ended up dying. And it was Cassandra.
He knew her for like a week.
Hey man, apparently that was like his
mentor. He
mentor.
her for like 3 times. He doesn't know a damn thing about Cassandra. And by the way, also, overall, I'm gonna say this episode the best villain.
Oh yeah.
I would say it probably had one of the best scenes in the Lex Vision, even though we're like nitpicking here. I would say that's also one of the best scenes. This episode for me was easily like 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like this is 7.5, 8. This is a episode that is just pure quality.
Even in general, just like looking.
By the way, should we be giving the episodes a grade?
Should we?
Should we?
Man, I don't even want to talk about Hothead again, bro.
Oh no, Hothead. It has to be a D. Has to be a D.
A D?
I give it a 3 out of 10.
I'm about to say a 3 or 4, bro.
It's a 3 out of 10. It's not getting a 4. It's never getting.
No, it's never going to 4.
Cool gets a 4.
I don't know. Yeah.
We're gonna have to start rating these bad boys.
All right, we'll do that. We can definitely do that. I'm sure the listeners will agree. And so yeah, we ended up at the end credits after Clark realizes Cassandra died, and I mean that's pretty much it. I mean, fun facts. There were some the Greek thing. How Harry's writing in Greek. Oh, they don't teach that in school anymore. Blah blah blah. Fun thing about Greek mythology. There was a figure known as Cassandra that had the power of foresight in Greek mythology. So
was she in God of War?
I wouldn't doubt it, man. Yeah, they always put this.
Unless I kill her, I don't care.
Yeah, they always put the small ones in God of War too. Like you wouldn't even notice, but apparently they have rich history too. But what else you got, man? I got some stuff, but
so for me, the one thing I didn't want to point to because I forgot to bring it up when I was going through the scene there was. You told me that Zack Snyder was all about the whole Smallville, was a big fan. So whenever Grandmother Willow is explaining the vision of Clark and Clark is being so nervous, she is saying that to save them from fear and darkness, and then with that type of line, I just immediately envisioned a freaking Russell Crowe line after where it's, you will bring them to the light. I just immediately thought, like, this is the type of lines that Zach would have stolen. And he would have immediately put it in. Because in a way, it is just twist. But it's the same thing that Cassandra says.
No, it really is.
It's the same type of wording that he then uses for Crow.
Show him to the light, Cal.
Exactly. And, yes. And by the way, I love that scene, too.
Oh, man.
It's so great.
Dude. Russell Crowe, Jor-El.
And the other thing that I already mentioned was that the episode was supposed to be called Cassandra. I still don't like that title overall. But other than that, those are really all my fun facts. And even the glove with the kryptonite.
Too. I figured you'd get that one as well. I mean, it's symbolism. It's always a Lex thing. It's always been like a big Lex thing at all times. So
also, if you want to know the scene with him being president, shot on the West Wing set.
Dude, I had that too, man. West Wing. I was like, dang. I love that they just use old sets like that. It's kind of funny.
Yeah,
it works. Saves money probably since it's the same studio, I'm sure. A fun fact about the episode in general: this was part of the initial pitch to the studio. They mentioned, I guess, they were going to eventually go to a story like this, but it was part of initial pitch.
Yeah, it's because you had such a good villain in Harry. That's what it was. You really pitched because, like what we talked about, the main thing with this episode that I keep wanting to go back to, because we talked about in the others. How every villain was such a dumbass. Harry wasn't. Harry was smart with everything he did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know a single moment where Harry screwed up.
Yeah, he didn't.
Because even with the Martha situation, you would never know that Martha's that big of a badass and she's the head of the household.
Yeah, he just, that's where if anything, that was his biggest messed up. He underestimated
He
her.
underestimated Martha, but that was it. Otherwise, everything he did was spot on, and that's what made it such good. No wonder it's a part of the pitch.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. And I understood that. I was like, you know what? After watching it, I get it. Because the character's solid, especially the villain. Scooby-Doo gang, sure, whatever. Like,
I just still hated that it was Chloe and Velma showing up with a picture of Harry. Hey, doesn't this look like him? Should we look into him? Clark, no. And it's like, what are you talking about? Why aren't we listening to Daphne?
yeah, and it's great that we made this comparison with the Scooby-Doo gang because they're under Warner Brothers as well.
Oh no, that was Scooby-Doo gang episode.
Yeah.
Whenever they kept going in the office together, and now there was 4 of them, you're like, wait, 2 guys, 2 girls. Where's the dog?
Crypto?
That would be cool if they somehow had a white dog. That'd be awesome. I would be all for that.
Yeah, man.
God.
And then last 2 things. Just
By the way,
with
Crypto's first appearance goes for over like $5,000. I think it's Adventure Comics number 203, 204. Oh my
You have that?
No, I don't have that. I would do anything. If you have Crypto's first appearance, please let me know. But I mean, just sell it to me for like $200.
No, 5,000.
Bro, it's such a great cover. I love the cover.
So just random facts about some of the actors. So the old Harry actor, the older version, he was in an episode of Lois and Clark back in the day.
Ooh, with Dean Cain?
And Batman animated series.
Which one?
The first I guess season.
Who was he?
The original. Couldn't remember.
What do you mean you can't remember?
I
I need to know that episode.
I don't think it's a matter of couldn't remember. I think it's just a matter of it looked like he was just in there one episode just for probably maybe the villain of the episode. I don't think it was a matter of someone iconic.
Well, now I need to know.
Oh, you can look it up on your own time, Taylor. Also, the first killer he went to, Jim Gage, was like, oh yeah, my dad. You got a good memory, son. He was Iceman's dad in X-Men 2.
I thought he looked familiar.
I said the same thing when I was watching it too. I was like,
I thought he was like in some type of show. He looked like that one comedian that's always so awkward. I can't remember his name, but I thought he looked familiar.
oh yeah, and that's it.
And the fact that he's Iceman's dad, you know what? 2 different universes, so it's allowed.
It is allowed. He got that ice cold killer on him.
Yeah, except Iceman's brother called the cops on him because he's an asshole. You know what? You know those strange mutants that you see on TV? I'm the worst one.
Yeah, that was the
good
best
old
moment,
Pyro,
dude.
baby.
Well, that's all I got. Anything else, dude?
That's all I got. This is a good episode.
It was solid, bro.
This is actually one of the ones that I really have enjoyed overall. Because, again, we can nitpick all day long, but overall, the episode was solid.
Fantastic episode. Just really, what really carries it is Harry, the villain. And I will say there will be better villains, but I think, as far as I remember, he is the top villain of the season.
It's just crazy. It's just pure crazy, and that's what you want to be able to see.
He is the top villain of this season for sure. At least so far. I can't remember any other iconic ones for this season. But
and it's a guy.
They spent all their budget on this one. So.
And it's a guy with no powers too, by the way.
No powers.
It's a guy with no powers because him even turning young, it's not like the kryptonite gives him any abilities that affects Clark.
Man, I wish they would just explain things because why is the koi pond reverse aging you? Why is it
because it's a Lazarus pit. That's why.
Yeah, damn it! I wish I didn't make that comparison last week.
Yep.
Now you're stuck on it.
It's Lazarus Pit this week.
It was last week too.
No, it was this week.
It was Lazarus Lake, Lazarus Pond.
It's a damn koi pond. Those fish. I can't believe those dead fish.
Those are the ones that squeak too when you squeeze them. So that's it for this episode. Thank you for holding out on us again. We are gonna be back next week. I don't know what next week's episode is.
It's a surprise now.
It's a surprise now. So, yeah, episode 7 next week. Tune in. Out! Say goodnight.
Somebody say